Hello guys, my name is Ahmed. In today's C# lesson, I'm gonna teach you guys some sorting algorithms. Why is that? Because we're going to start solving questions in our next lessons. So let's begin. Okay, so let me just start with the bubble sort one. For bubble sort one, I'm just gonna create an array and fill it with some random values. So let's just say 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4, 9. Let's just say 8, and let's just say 9. Okay, now I have an unsorted, unorganized bunch of values in my array now. Now I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna create a method here, bubble sort method, then call my bubble sort method here, then print the organized array or sorted array here. So let me just create my bubble sort. Let's just say public int bubble sort. Then I'm gonna do what? Of course, right. Its argument is going to take my array here. Then I can easily just call my bubble sort array here. Or actually, let me write another fake array so we can assign that bubble sort method there. Bubble sort. Then I need to send array. Okay, now we are good. Let me just print that fake array in my main method. Console write line curly brackets 0 curly brackets, put a space between and write item. Now we are done with our main method. What have we done? We created an array for the example, then we created another array so we can get our sorted array in this fake array variable. Then we just printed that array out with using for each loop. Now we are going to write our formulas in our bubble sort method. First of all, what are we going to do? We are going to create a loop. Actually, loop in a loop. Basically, we are going to create two for loops inside of each other. Why is that? Because bubble sort method technically it just takes the first value and checks this value with other values if it's bigger or not. If it is bigger, it's going to move this value to here and this value to here. Then again, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to continue checking if it's bigger or not, until it puts the biggest number at the end of this array. And it's going to do what? Close this array position. So basically, it's going to start at 4, 5, 9. So basically, we are going to have the argument e smaller than 9, and the next loop it's going to be I smaller than 8. This argument will be this. Why is that? Because we already declared our biggest number here, so we don't need to check this one again. So let me just create my loops. You're going to understand it better. I'm just going to write integer I 0, again I smaller than my array's length, then increase my I, then again create another loop and write int a equals 0, a smaller than my array's length, minus 1. Why is this minus 1? Because we are already checking this. We are already taking the first value, so we have our a value, will be our a value. Then I need to write minus I. Why is that? Because when we declared our biggest number, we don't need to check this position again. So I'm subtracting this value from our array length, then the a value from our array length. So we are going to take this 2 at the minimum, or 1 at the minimum at the first time. Let's just do it again. A plus plus. Then I'm going to do what? I'm going to write my argument. I'm going to check for what? If this argument is bigger than its previous position's argument. Why the previous position and not the after one? So why are we not starting from this one and going like this, instead of we are starting at this 2 and checking the previous one? Because if we start at this one, we need to check what? We need to check this. So I'm gonna check this, and check this again. Then at the last point, I need to check this and check another variable that doesn't exist here. So I need to start with 1 here, then check its previous. What I mean by 1 at the first position here, then check the previous position. Start here, check the previous position. Start here, check the previous position. And the last one, we need to start here and check our previous position. So we will check all of our values in here. So I need to write array A bigger than my array A plus 1, guys. We need to write that plus 1. Don't forget about it. So I need to do what if it is bigger than. If this is bigger, what are we going to do? First, we are going to create a variable to hold my biggest value, so basically array A here. Then I'm going to swap this array with this array plus 1. Why is that? Because if this array A, let's just see, okay, if this 9 is bigger than 8, this 9 should be at this position, right? So I'm moving this to this 8th position and this 8 to this 9th position. Basically we are doing that. So I'm just going to write int position, let's say, for the variable name. This is going to be my array A, and I'm just going to assign array A's position to my array A plus 1 here. Then I need to do what? I need to assign this array A's value to my position that I stored here. So I'm gonna do it like this. Then we should be good. So I just need to return my array here. Okay, now let me just try to print my array out. Of course, I forgot to write this console readline again. Then as you can see, what do we have here? Actually, let me delete this line. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 sorted out like this, guys. We can add them another numbers like, let's say, 90, 150, 1000, minus 1, minus 9, I don't know, 0, like this. When I start my array again, you're going to see it's going to get sorted out again, guys. So this was it for our bubble sort algorithm, guys. So let's move on to our next algorithm. Okay, guys, for this algorithm, it's basically exactly what bubble sort does. Is that it does the same thing, but it does in a different way, or basically most convenient way. So let me start writing again. Let's just write integer array so we can put our values in there. Then again, let's just write like some of these, and write like these. Okay, I think we have enough. Now, again, I'm going to do what? I'm going to create a fake array again, so we can call our method and put our sorted algorithm here, put our sorted array here. So I'm just gonna actually, let's just create our method first. Let's just say public static int, of course with an square brackets, because it's going to return us an array. Let's just say insertion, okay, insertion sort, let's just say that, and it's going to take an integer array. Then I need to do what? Call my insertion sort here. It's my array value. Then again, I need to print that out. So I'm just gonna write for each, copy this fake array and paste this in the collection part. Then just gonna write console write line curly brackets, 0 curly brackets, and then item. And actually, I'm just going to delete these. Then now, first of all, what I need to do, again, I need to create a for loop. So basically, I need to create a loop in a loop again. But in this one, I'm going to create a for loop, and inside of that loop, I'm just going to create my variables, then create a while loop inside of this. Because what insertion sort does, instead of a bubble sort, like bubble sort, what was bubble sort doing, it's taking this value and checking with others and comparing if it's bigger or not. If it is, it just moves these two around and puts my biggest value here. Then again, it checks the it checks with the other value here, then compare it if it's big or not. But what insertion does, it checks if this is bigger or not, then it moves here, and again it checks if this is bigger or not, then it checks with its previous values if it is bigger or smaller. So basically it moves along the way while sorting. In bubble sort we are sorting by y1, while insertion sort we are sorting while we are comparing and moving along the way. So let's just start writing. I'm just gonna write for int I1 it's the same stuff again, and my array's length smaller than my array's length. Then again I'm just gonna increase my I here. Then now I need to do what? First I'm going to create an integer value num, so it can hold my first variable in this array. Then again I'm gonna create something like integer I, so I'm gonna call it integer a, and it's going to hold its 0 value. Basically my I is 1, so my a is going to be a minus I, so it's basically going to be 0. If my I is 2, this is going to be 1. So basically my previous position is going to be like that. Of course I need to write like this. Okay, then again I need to create what? I need to create another integer number. Why isn't my cursor showing? Okay, I'm back. My cursor somehow disappeared from here. Now, what I need to do, again, I need to create some integer variable, let's just say num, and it needs to be assigned to my array's first position. And I just say first position, be careful about it. I'm not talking about this one here, I'm talking about this 2, because this 2 is the first position. My 0th position will be this a. So I'm just gonna write array I here. Then I'm just gonna create my loop here. I'm just gonna say while my a is bigger and equal than 0, so as I said before, I'm going to check for if this one bigger than this one, it's going to check for that. Then again it's going to check for its previous values as well. So it's going to check for if this is bigger than this, then it's going to check for its previous values over again. That's why I'm going to use my a. But again I don't want my a value to be lower than 0. Why is that? Because I don't have like -1 position in my array, right? So it needs to be bigger than 0. If you don't write that, you're going to get an error anyway. So I need to write that. Then again I need to put an and. Then I'm just gonna write until my array a is bigger than my num. Then I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna switch those positions around basically. So I'm just gonna write that array a plus 1 equals my array a. Then again I need to decrease my a. Then after this loop ends, I need to do what? Assign this an array a plus 1 to my num here. So if this is wrong according to our argument, or when this loop is break, it's going to do this one. So basically it's just going to assign this array plus to my num. Then again I need to send my array back. And when I try to execute my command now, as you can see, we are getting our sorted array values, guys. And with that, our algorithms is done, guys. And for the next courses, we are going to start our question solving part. But for now today, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in our next C# lessons. Goodbye.